Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And I would like to highlight some more clips about this dork in Stone Mountain in Georgia. So for those of you that don't know, I would appreciate if you watched my other videos on this. I kind of covered this a little bit in real time. And I want to give a huge shout out to a friendly dad on Twitter for making these really easy to follow threads. These are definitely the best I have seen that capture some of the best moments. And so definitely go follow them. And so this is the guy who I mentioned in another video. He was given some stupid spiel about bringing guns and like he's ready to rumble and god dang, we're not here to debate. And this is him after the cops show up. You know, make sure that they're safe. By the way, look at the goose steppers in the background. It's really horrifying. And then this guy accidentally lets the mask off a little bit. As you can see, his mask is off here, but I'm talking about the figurative mask. The mask of like, oh, I'm not really a psychopath. Believe me, y'all. Heritage, not hate, by the way. Ha ha ha. So, listen to this.
And once we were there, that's when the firearms come out of the hip. And as you can see, from that point on, you know, people with shotguns, rifles, talking about killing people. Yeah, that's assault.
Yeah, I was seeing you put your hand on your pistol. Tell me about that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I've been walking around with my hand on my pistol every time I skilled in this train.
I wonder why he's walking around with his hand on his pistol.
Sometimes it's all talk, so I get it, but I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm not going to assume that the fucker isn't going to follow through. I'm sorry, he's not going to follow through with his terroristic threats. So when that's the sermon that I'm preaching today. Is that we came out here to observe, and we came out here to...
But notice the hypocrisy here. Notice the hypocrisy. If someone who's an anti-fascist or a Black Lives Matter protester is armed practicing their Second Amendment rights, these guys are all, oh, they're so rude. Oh, God, they're ready to kill me. Oh, Daddy, Blue Lives, please help. But yet, when they do the same thing, oh, they're patriots. They're defending America. They're defending American values. USA, USA. These people are hypocritic losers. Okay? Not to be confused with the Hippocratic Oath, which is what the doctors take, right, before they actually practice medicine. Okay? These are hypocritical losers, motherfucker. That's what you need to understand. I've got a little bit more from this guy. And this is where he talks about, oh yeah, by the way, we had a Nazi with us. And you know what we did? Instead of telling them, hey, we don't appreciate that, you're making us look bad, which, by the way, would be amazing self-awareness. But instead of doing that, instead of having a little bit of self-awareness, right?
Like a right-winger?
Yes.
Pulled out an actual swastika
He
flag?
pulled out an actual Nazi flag. And at that point, you know, first I was like, hey, man, you know, just stay close to us, man. I don't want to see him getting, you know, sucker punched or anything like that. And so that's the way, we were doing it, and then when things kind of calmed down, he took a seat, pulled out a Nazi flag, and then I'm like, hey, Chris, did you see that? I'm like, oh, shit. No, and then, you know, of course, there's
like a right-winger?
Of course, right? Like, that's what's so bizarre about this, is these people are LARPers. Like, look at this.
Against communists, defending our way of life.
They're attacking communists. They're defending America from communists, right? And one of their own pulls out a Nazi flag. Now, do we remember how World War II went? Nazis fought communists. And guess who won? Now, do you remember the Civil War? Slavers fought abolitionists. And guess who won? These people are always on the losing side of history, and it's embarrassing, it's pathetic, and it just proves that they're LARPers. And I want to play this clip here in a second. But again, if I saw someone with a Nazi flag in a protest of mine, you know what I would do? I would say, get the fuck out of this fucking sector. We do not appreciate you, and if you don't get the fuck out, I cannot ensure your safety. I wouldn't say, hey bro, come on, man. Let's duct tape to each other, man. Look, I won't protect you, man. Because you want to know why? I do not like Nazis. Nazis are garbage. But let's listen to this guy LARP. Nazis, they're good. We'll protect the Nazis. But communists, we're here to fight against communism, man. Shit.
Standing up against communists, defending our way of life from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Enough of this shit. We've been seeing them targeting innocent civilians.
Right.
Assaulted.
And I've mentioned before in the previous video is this is the playbook of far-right lunatics, like Andy No most notably, is they go to these locations, they instigate, right? They selectively edit out the parts where, right-wingers are opening fire or shooting at people or pepper spraying people or punching people, right? Reminder, Antifa has killed 0 people in the last fucking 50 years, right? Whereas right-wingers have killed like hundreds a year for the last 50 years. Isn't that really bizarre? Isn't that really interesting? But no, look, do go on about how the communists are ruining America.
Civilians, assaulting, murdering law enforcement.
Right. Right. Do you have any source for a self-declared anti-fascist murdering a police officer?
Most recently, a 5-year-old kid playing...
A 5-year-old kid was murdered by Antifa. Tell me more.
A bicycle, executed or murdered execution style, with a gunshot to the head by someone who has obviously been radicalized with this.
Now, this is the thing. Like, obviously, the guy who shot that kid was a fucking lunatic, a crazy person. But does that mean they are an anti-fascist Black Lives Matter operative? No, they're just a crazy person. So this is what they do. Is they will say, oh yeah, look at these videos of Antifa beating people up. And, oh yeah, a black person killed a kid. Well, because a black person did it, that means all black people are killers. Facts and logic. By the way, we're protecting Nazis on our... Like, it's fucking embarrassing. These people are ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's fucking annoying. And you're going to see people defending it. Why? Because they're dumb. They think one black person did something heinous, awful, and disgusting. That must mean all black people are evil, right? Well, if you take that logic and apply that to maybe, I don't know, the Christchurch massacre, what does that say about y'all? Really makes you think?
How dare I say anti-white, anti-Black Lives Matter.
This guy can't even string together a coherent thought? This is the problem. When you put the camera on these people, it's fun. It's illuminating and it's enlightening because they cannot explain anything. They've got these little programmed talking points. Oh, yeah, the 5-year-old. Oh, I have to extrapolate? Oh, no. What do I... Oh, anti-white lives matter. Oh, God, that... Like, these people are lunatics, bro. Like, they're fucking crazy people.
So shit's got to stop. But when people are doing... These are terroristic acts happening right here in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm. And you're prepared to deal peacefully with the Antifa if that's how they do it?
I don't want anything to do with Antifa today. They'd be well advised to stay clear. I'm here to travel freely and observe everything that's taking place with insider hearing. And
so cringe.
Not here to engage.
It's so cringe, dude. It's so cringe. Like, these guys come here to instigate, and then they fucking bail when the cops show up, and then the cops attack protesters. It's the classic playbook. I've been at these protests where you have these big crowds of, like, 25 Nazis, right? The cops line up. You got like fucking 300 cops defending 25 Nazis, right? And then the Nazis skedaddle. They go eat out at Wendy's or fucking McDonald's or whatever. And then the cops beat the shit out of protesters. That's the standard playbook. And this guy knows that. That's why he got the fuck out when he did. And that's why he's saying this stupid garbage. Because this guy is a programmed NPC programmed by the capitalist oligarchy to sow racial division in this country. There is no other reason why you would bring Confederate flags to a protest in the United States of America over 160 fucking years after they lost the war. The only reason is if you're looking to get attention. And guess what? They got attention. And then as soon as the attention got a little too hot, they bail because they're cowards. They're losers. They're beta males. They're soy boys. Whatever you want to fucking call them. They're losers. And that's what you need to understand. And that's why I'm making these videos, because these guys are fucking cringe. They're fucking cringe. And that, my friends, is exactly the information you need to know. This is a multi-pronged war for right now. And I use war literally. There are hundreds of thousands of people that have died because of the coronavirus. I'm going to round this out here. There are hundreds of thousands of people that have died because of the coronavirus. Meanwhile, that's fine to these guys. That's well and good. Donald Trump and the Republican Senate basically stifling any potential, and then Democrats playing along and basically just doing the "how dare you, good sir," and like the song and dance. That's fine. The elites letting hundreds of thousands of people die. That's cool. Everything's good there. But a black man murdered a 5-year-old, as heinous and disgusting as that is, somehow that means all black people are evil. That means all people connected to thinking that black people aren't evil are evil, and therefore they're all terrorists. The terrorists are in government, dude. Foreign and domestic? The terrorists are the one making the laws, motherfucker. But again, they don't care. Because they've been programmed. They think what they're doing is justified. They think what they're doing is patriotic and American. Because of a commercial they saw on TV. Maybe the last Call of Duty game they played. These are called LARPers. Live Action Role Play. This is more embarrassing than going to a fur convention. And I know a lot of furries. Furries are cool people for the most part. But let's be honest here, right? Like, if you're going to compare walking around with a Confederate flag and a gun saying black people are all evil to people in a fursuit who just want to fuck, one is clearly a lot more embarrassing than the other. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one.